And we are back with the second podcast for today, guys. Welcome to the stream and podcast. You're joined with Webby and Justin. This is going to be our second podcast. This one's going to be more about Thursday night football, MVP picks, and playoff contentions. So we're going to be talking about a couple topics, but the first thing we want to definitely talk about is breaking news. Von Miller is going to be set on IR for a while, possibly out till week 17, if I'm correct, right, Webby?
Yep,
So
that's correct.
that's and that was just kind of expected because you definitely guys want to keep him in contention for the playoffs and keep him for the playoffs so he's healthy, ready to go for playoffs, and so you guys don't have to worry about him getting a re-injury and then he can't play all of a sudden in the playoffs at all. So
Yeah, that's a smart decision by Buffalo to keep him out into the playoffs. I think you guys already solidified your guys' spot in the playoffs,
hmm
so you don't really have to worry about missing the playoffs. So it's very smart to keep him out and keep him healthy until the playoffs start because he's going to be a key piece for you guys to swap in and out.
Yep.
Because he provides a lot of pass rush and really good in the playoffs. Put
hmm
pressure on the QB, and then anything can happen. Picks, fumbles. So it's really good for him to be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, and it did kind of jump on Buffalo and the fans pretty sudden. I think everybody's expectation was that he would be back within a couple of weeks. But I think the decision came down, just like you guys were mentioning, keeping him healthy because if it was up to Vaughn, he would definitely be even playing tonight. But I think because of our coaching staff and our GMs and kind of communicating with the medical team. They just determined, hey, let's put him on IR. Let's get him some rest. Let's let him get healthy. So that way by week 17, 18, and even the playoffs, he can be at 100% or at least close to
right,
it.
right. So he'll be good to go.
Right.
Um, but let's go ahead and after that breaking news, let's go ahead and head into the topic. Bills versus Patriots. Thursday night football. Bills 4-point favorites. What do the Pats need to do to win? Webby, I'll have you start, and then Justin, you can follow up on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. I think having them as 4-point favorites or even close like that is pretty what we expected, at least for from Bills fans, because the Patriots always play the Bills really tight. And however, there are some storylines that have happened in the past couple of games or have a couple of times that they've played each other, especially with the fact that the Bills haven't punted in the last couple matches against the Patriots. So that's one thing that Patriots fan are questioning, and the coaching staff from the Patriots are looking at because not having any punts come from the Bills' offense is kind of crazy, especially in the last game in the I think it was the divisional round or not divisional round, the wild card when they didn't punt at all and they didn't even kick a field goal. They scored on every drive. So interesting to see what they'll do there. But I think one of the things that they really need to do to win this game or even make it close is for one just to get pressure on the quarterback, get Josh off his feet, off his balance, and also you want to be able to contain him because the thing is that even if you get pressure on him, he's really good at escaping the pocket and making something happen. So being able to contain him and contain him in the pocket and force him to throw and force him to be uncomfortable is one thing that they'll have to definitely do. And we have seen with Matthew Judon, like the league's leading sacker, that they've been able to do that. So it's going to be a question to see if they can do that tonight. But another thing is just to create turnovers, and they have been doing that pretty consistently all year. So creating
Yeah.
turnovers, keeping their defense off the field and keeping Josh off the field is going to be a big thing. And I think also just get the running game going. I think Damien Harris is going to be out tonight. So it's going to be Ramondre Stevenson, to come in and see if he can do something on that. But
And he's Stevenson's been doing, I think, pretty well actually this season. So
yeah,
we'll see what he can do because he's gonna have the
Um,
majority of the holds now. So should be
hmm
interesting.
All right, so the Bills. I mean, the reason why they're 4-point favorites is because they're 8-3. The Patriots, just are, like last in their division. So, I mean, of course they're favorites, but I think the Patriots. You guys always struggle against them. Um, just over time, all the matches that we've seen, like with Brady, you guys just fall over. So now that Brady's not there, now you guys are actually, winning your division usually, or at least top. But I think the Patriots actually win this one. Webby, I am sorry. I think they will show you guys that and all they need to do to win against the Bills is literally just run the ball. If they can run effectively and take less pressure off of, Mac, I promise you guys will lose.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is it's a divisional game, and these teams play each other twice a year, just like with the Bucks and the Saints, they play each other twice a year, so they know each other inside and out, and these coaching staffs know their tendencies and everything, and they're obviously they have tape on them from year in year out, so it's gonna be a close game, and that's why even the spread is so close, is just because it's most likely going to be determined by a field goal, or at least it's going to be determined by turnovers. So I mean, the thing is with the Patriots is their offense has been struggling and been struggling to get rhythm. I think last week was one of the better weeks that they've had with Mac Jones. So if he can continue to have success and they can figure out a way to move the ball, that's going to be the one way that they win this game. And also to figure out what they're going to do to stop Josh Allen, take away his reads, which is what Bill Belichick has been known for, is being able to take away their best weapon, which has been Diggs this year. So they can figure out how to do that. They can keep him off the field and, like you said, run the ball. Yeah, they can very well win this game for sure.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big surprise, honestly. I think the Bills need to be a little bit more humble, bro. So they're gonna get deleted this game. All right,
Hey, well,
all
we'll have to
right, all
wait and
right.
see.
They're not gonna get deleted this game, but I believe that the Patriots win by a field goal, and that's my prediction for this game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to predict, I mean, I'm gonna say that the Bills are actually gonna be winning, and they're gonna win by 10. Um, Mac Jones hasn't been consistent all year. Their offensive coordinator has been inconsistent all year. The Bills have actually done very well in stopping the run. They held Derrick Henry under 50 yards. They held Nick Chubb to like around 30 yards. So, hey, I mean, if they can move the ball, cool. But I think Mac Jones is going to throw a couple
I
of
think
picks
you're
as well.
forgetting this is a division game.
I don't forget that, but I also remember
Okay.
last time that
Just
we
want to
played the
remind
Patriots,
you.
we
Just want
didn't
to
punt the ball.
remind you this is a
So,
division game, and you guys lose to the Patriots often.
well, it hasn't been recent. So, I mean, if you look at the last year and in the playoffs when we literally did not punt the ball, I mean, that's recent history. So,
I'm not talking about just last game, bro. Come on, man.
no, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously the Patriots have been like the better team for the last 20 years, and
Yeah.
I mean, Bills fans do
Okay.
not forget that. But if we're talking about this year, it might be a different story. So,
Overall, anything can happen, right? I think that's the
anything
big
can happen for
takeaway.
sure.
Anything can happen in divisional games. It's all about that because, like, for instance, Bucks are going against the Saints this week. We don't know. Like, the Saints have always beaten our ass during the regular season, but for some reason, we actually got to win this year. But same time, we don't know going into this next game, especially after that big loss. We don't know. It looks like we got a lot of work. But back on topic with the Bills and Patriots, you just never know. You might think your defense is going to hold the run, and next thing you know, they're running all over you guys. And you're like, what the fuck? And it causes
Absolutely.
a lot of problems. But on to the next topic. All right, so this is going to be a question pretty much for everybody, but we'll start with Justin, and then we'll go to Webby, and then I'll go to myself. So, who is your MVP pick for this season so far, and why?
Justin Jefferson. He's just that good. Is it enough to get
all you
MVP?
have?
A league where
All you have? No
only
statistics, anything? You not?
Probably not, but I believe he deserves it.
Why does he? Yeah, he's had a lot of great games, but do you think he's better than some of the other MVP candidates that are definitely look better at some points?
I know who's gonna win it. It's gonna be Patrick Mahomes that wins it, but I'm talking about personally. Justin Jefferson's gonna win it. Like, and that's if I was to look at the game today and be like, who's the MVP of this league right now? Doesn't matter about position, just about their like what they played and how well they played it, not necessarily their position. So yeah, Justin Jefferson, he would be my pick.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's that if you was the argument
crazy plays after crazy plays. It's just he's made some really nice plays and he's been doubled and tripled on some of these fucking shots too, man. So that's my pick. I mean, I know that Webby's probably gonna choose Patrick Mahomes because who won't? Who won't? Literally, that's
I mean,
why
he could just choose Josh Allen.
All right. So
Josh Allen,
listen. All right. So I
I'm
respect the
kidding.
pick because it's not a quarterback, and it just seems like the MVP pick is always just going to be a quarterback, and it's just a quarterback award. But you know what? I mean, if who I think is going to win is obviously Patrick Mahomes, but I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to say who I think should win, and I think that it's not going to be Josh Allen. It's not even Justin Jefferson. It's going to be Saquon Barkley, and it's because of what he's done with the Giants. And if you look at their success, and I know you guys are shaking your heads, and
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I could agree because this season he's actually.
And what
if
does
you've
the
seen
award
the numbers?
stand
It's
for,
insane,
right? What does the award stand for? It's the most valuable player for a team. And what has he done for that team? He's literally their entire offense. Like if he's not running the ball, if he's not getting the ball in his hands, they're not winning. And that's just how I mean, if he was to go to another team, he would have.
Then hold on. How do you feel about Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb then?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're obviously great players and they provide a lot for their offense. But if you just look at what Saquon has done for the Giants, they're literally the reason why they've been winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, yeah,
whenever
I mean,
he doesn't
perform,
the team doesn't. They don't do well, and you see it. You hard see it.
Look at the Giants roster, right? And just look and tell me who is their next best player. Because
you can argue the same exact thing about Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but they also have a better quarterback. They have better receivers. Like they have a better overall team.
Yeah.
Like the Giants, their roster.
Well, the Titans lost AJ Brown.
Yes, but they still have Traylon Burks and Robert Woods and other good, valuable players. Like the Giants, they have like third string guys.
If they were good, valuable players, then Derrick Henry wouldn't be getting the workload that he's getting now.
It's because the offense obviously runs through Derrick Henry. I mean, we all know that. But
okay,
Saquon Barkley,
that was my argument right there. That was my so you can argue that Derrick Henry could be MVP.
I think that even without Derrick Henry, the Titans are still a good team. I think with Saquon Barkley,
so that's what I'm getting at. You can't say Saquon Barkley is going to win MVP if Derrick Henry's over there doing the same exact thing, but actually better.
But he's not. He's actually not though, because Saquon Barkley is way better out of the backfield when he catches the ball. He has way better agility. Yeah, like Derrick Henry is like a walking tank. Like he literally just marches over people and runs them over. Like Saquon Barkley is making them miss, making them look silly in the freaking on the field.
After this podcast, I'm sending you clips of what Derrick Henry did to people who try to tackle him on the outside. I'm just gonna send you.
I very well know exactly.
He just backed it up. He pretty much said he just runs over
they're
people.
Like
so
they're both like the same person. So you can argue that both of them could be in the same category for MVP as well. That's all I'm trying to get at.
I just think
if you can't argue that, then you motherfucker, man.
Anyways,
all right, we need to get on because we're gonna fight about this for a while. I ain't done.
So I'll go. So for my MVP pick, I got Jalen Hurts, and that's just the simple fact. Like, yeah, you can factor. Oh, well, he has great receivers. He has a great running back, and all of that stuff. Look at their record right now, and you tell me that Jalen Hurts hasn't literally performed over what people estimated. People didn't think that Jalen Hurts was going to do well this year. Like, even in fantasy, like when people were drafting him, like nobody thought Jalen Hurts like drafting him. They were like, oh no, he's one of those, like, he might have a good game, but he's not consistent. He's been consistent all year. I feel.
Sammy, if you were to
haven't
replace
seen bad games by him.
if you were to replace Jalen Hurts right now with Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, would those quarterbacks still thrive or thrive even better than Jalen Hurts right now?
I disagree though. I think because he meshes so well with the Eagles, he has like this chemistry with them, and you can see it. Like the chemistry, they just click. Like they're all on the same page. It's not like the Bucks. It's not like some of the Bills plays you see. Or even some of the plays you'll see in with the Chiefs. Like sometimes, like outside of Travis Kelce, have you seen Patrick Mahomes literally hit his guys like perfect? I haven't. Outside of Travis Kelce, and that's because Travis Kelce's a fucking beast. So all I'm saying is, for my pick, I have Jalen Hurts. I think that he deserves it because he's definitely showed it in the NFC.
I mean, the thing is like, I don't think he's the most valuable player even on that team. Really, I mean, obviously, like, and then here's the thing: is it's yes, he's been playing efficiently, and he's been playing very well, but their offensive line is literally the reason why he has such a good success. Like the time he has to throw the ball, the time that they can run the ball, the way they can run the ball, and him being able to escape the pocket and make something happen. I mean, that's really the reason why they're even winning.
You sound like a Jalen Hurts hater. But
no, I mean, I don't hate him at
agree.
all.
I agree with you though. I agree with you on that. I believe that if any other quarterback was in that situation that they have there, that they would thrive as well.
Yeah, I mean their offensive line is literally the highest graded offensive line.
I disagree.
No,
I think they have a great O-line, but I still think, like I said, Jalen Hurts has definitely like.
I'm about to say we're talking about the Rams now.
I had to go back, but he's performed very well this year, very well. Like I said, MVP caliber for sure in my mind. So, and that's the only reason in my mind that the Eagles are 10-1. Yeah, you can say, oh, well, if you had all these, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Tom Brady, like all these star quarterbacks, like put them in his position, they'd be great too. How would you know if they'd be great? Just because they have good receiving core? Just because they have a good O-line?
You know what, Sammy? I would say that Tua should have a better chance of winning it than Jalen Hurts. And the reason why is because before he got injured, he was literally on a roll. Like a big roll, dude. Tyreek Hill, like 3-4 touchdowns a game. Long, like
when 50-yard
passes.
I understand, but when have you seen teams that are not in first with MVP get the MVP? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know many. There's been a couple, but I don't know many. There have always been like the people that have first place teams because they lead their team. They are a leader. And that's what Jalen Hurts is for the Eagles.
But not conference first.
Like
I just think that Jalen Hurts' situation is just so perfect for him. Like he has like the best offensive line. He has really great receivers, and I think it just elevates his play.
Yeah, you see how much time he has to scramble and shit, man. It's just their offensive line is good.
I just don't think that makes him the most valuable player. Obviously, I think he might have a good chance of winning it just because of his record. But same with like Patrick Mahomes. Like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he has all these great stats. He's leading the league in passing yards, and I think even touchdowns. But I mean, that to me, that doesn't make him the most valuable player. It just means that he's really good. And
But they're gonna give it to him because Tyreek Hill left.
Okay.
Right.
And he's
So let me
That's
give you
exactly
let me
why
give
they're
you
gonna give it to him.
let me give you some stats, for instance. Right?
It's rigged. It's going over to Patrick Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts has a 67.3% completion rate with over 2,500 yards and 17 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Now I'm gonna tell you this right now. In the NFL, throwing interceptions, it's not like hard to do. Like throwing an interception, like you're going against people like these defenders that they know what the hell they're doing. This is NFL. This is not freaking college league when you could just throw it up and they go get it. You know, this is like you have to be patient. You have to wait for your guys to be open. You can't afford all these interceptions. And like I said, 3 interceptions over and 17 touchdowns. That just shows you right there in my mind that he's just been definitely outperforming and definitely showing MVP caliber. That's what I think. But anyways, if we're done with that topic,
I think you're wrong. But
I think you're wrong.
Fuck you guys. I could care less. That's what I think. But anyways, we're gonna go to the next topic. Next topic, we'll start off this one. I guess
so you remember, Sammy, do you remember whenever I said I was done talking about the Eagles? Well, those 5 seconds are over because you know what team I'm concerned about the most? The
What?
Eagles.
Why?
Because who have they versed?
I'm not even. We'll get hold on.
Hold on. Go against that was good.
Hold on. We'll get into that, okay?
Did
We'll
they-
get
did
into
they
that in
verse
the
the
later
top 5
segments. Don't
defense
worry
in the
about that right
league
now.
yet?
I will defend this, but I'll hold my breath. I'll just push it to the next topic and we'll get there, okay? We'll get there. So
Okay.
the next question I had anyways was
Let's
what
get
playoff caliber team do you trust the least? We'll start with Webby and then we'll go around the table. Yeah.
You don't have to hear from me because I'm already gonna tell you what it is.
Okay.
Well, all right. So, anyways, my pick honestly is going to be the Minnesota Vikings, and just because I don't really trust Kirk Cousins, and we've seen time and time again where he hasn't really performed very well in those primetime games. And what's the most primetime game in the playoffs? And it just we haven't seen it before. And even with his connection with Justin Jefferson and being able to throw it to him, like he's just very inconsistent. And even with that, they also have a rookie head coach who hasn't really been in that spot before. And that's something that I can't really trust. And they have won some really great games and they've been able to come back from deficits. But when we talk about the playoffs and being able to perform in that moment, I just don't think I can trust Kirk Cousins and the Vikings to win.
Okay, I definitely agree to that, but my team's a little bit different, just a little bit. I'm going with the Cowboys. I have to say it. I'm sorry, like those Cowboys. I'm gonna tell you right now, they make it to the playoffs, first round every year. They might skim past the first round, maybe. But that second round, I just don't see it. Dak Prescott is always falling under pressure every single year. And and you ask any Cowboys fan, what do they say? We need another quarterback. We need another quarterback. Like at this point, they're just done with him. Like, yeah, he makes some great plays, but like any quarterback in his position can do it at this point. Like, have you seen his O-line and stuff? Like, he actually has a pretty decent O-line. He has good wide receivers. There's no reason he should be like falling under pressure the way he does. And when it's playoff time, every year he falls under pressure. Just like Stephen A. Smith, like he always says, you can always trust those Cowboys to always choke at the last possible minute every time. So I'm just saying, Cowboys for me is just gonna be one of those teams that I just don't see making it far in the playoffs, or they're just not gonna do well.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I mean, I just got the Eagles for reasons that I said. So I don't know why I even had to say that. Honestly, dude, think about it, man. You got a team that's going on a really nice run, but like when you look at the teams that go on good runs, if they go against good teams, good other teams, usually they go 4 losses or whatnot, around there, and they're still really, really solid. But the Eagles are going on 11, like pretty much 11 run. So
Okay, so they beat the Minnesota Vikings. They beat
that's
the Dallas
two,
Cowboys. Right? They beat the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, they beat the Washington Commanders. That's not much to say, but they also, now they lost, right? They also lost to the Commanders as well. The second time they came around, I was actually their first loss was against the Commanders. But like I said, they're
I don't know. This is my counterpoint to you, Sammy, though. Yeah, like if they go against,
I don't trust
if
them
they go
in the
against the
playoffs.
teams like Kansas City Chiefs or the Bills or the 49ers.
I don't trust them in the playoffs. With
yeah, but that's
Jalen
AFC.
Hurts
They would have it's Super Bowl. Once they get to the Super Bowl, at that moment in time, I think AFC wins. At that moment in time, just because the simple fact they haven't versed a very, very strong team yet.
Yeah, but I think it's to the championship game. They have to go against the 49ers. Like, do you really trust them to win in that spot? Like,
no, I don't.
I don't trust Jimmy G.
49ers.
I don't trust Jimmy G. I don't trust Jimmy G.
I think I trust Jimmy G more than Jalen Hurts. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point. And like, I think
we haven't seen Jalen Hurts in the playoffs. We don't know if he can fold.
Yeah,
we've seen them in the regular season. But have we seen him in the playoffs, Sammy? No, we haven't. So let's just get there and see, because I believe that they're not going to make it. But that's me personally. That's not me being a hater against the team.
Right.
It's fine.
That's me understanding that they haven't been there and they're going to be the biggest, letdown.
But how can you say they're going to be okay, maybe the biggest letdown, but how can you say like these other teams that me and Webby just listed, you don't see them like you're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go with the ranked 1 number team in the NFC. I'm gonna pick on them and say they're gonna lose it all in the playoffs. Just watch what I say. You're sounding like another Stephen A. Smith over there saying, just watch what I say. Just watch what I say.
I am serious though.
Well, Sammy, also happen. Another point too, since you had Jalen Hurts as your MVP, the MVP usually doesn't do well in the playoffs. I mean, look at the last couple of years.
No,
if we're just talking about Aaron Rodgers, that's a different story.
Well, not just Aaron Rodgers.
We're not just talking about Aaron Rodgers, though. We're not just talking about. He's talking about other MVP candidates that literally made it to the playoffs, but ended up literally just choking under the pressure. And they're like, but this guy was MVP.
Like who?
Well, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. He had a season where he was MVP and he didn't make the Super Bowl.
Keep going.
I can't go farther than that.
How far would you want to go here? Like, geez, how far do we need to get?
It used to be if you were the best quarterback in the league, you pretty much win those games, but it's not how it is anymore. So, but what I was getting at, you understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all that matters.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and jump to the next topic. I know we're a little ahead of schedule, but this last one is probably going to be a long one. So let's go ahead and jump to this last one. What AFC and NFC team that is currently in the playoffs will most likely miss the playoffs this year, and why? And we'll start with you, Justin, and then we'll go with Webby, and then I'll let you guys.
I want to hear Webby's.
I'll let you guys battle it out for a little bit.
So who's
I want to
going?
hear
Is it
you
me?
talk about it first. Yeah.
All right. Well, my pick is going to be in the AFC, the New York Jets. Just because I don't trust their offense that well. Even after like Brees Hall went down, they just have lost so much production in their offense. And yeah, their defense has been really great, and I think that has to come to do with their head coach Robert Saleh, who has done a really good job with getting these guys prepared. But I mean, when you got teams like the Chargers who are starting to pick up the pace, maybe even a team like New England, and also with the Cincinnati Bengals making a push, I just think the Jets will probably fall short because I mean, you look at their schedule and they've got a really tough end of their schedule with the Vikings and the Bills, plus the Lions who have been doing pretty well, and then also the last game at Miami. So if they lose those four, I mean, they're likely to be out of the playoffs at that point.
Yeah. I agree with you on the Jets. But I actually think the Patriots will take over. And we'll get more into that later.
So you think the Patriots are going to be
That's
out and the Jets are going to be in, or
no, I think the Patriots will be in and the Jets will be out.
yeah,
And it
yeah,
all
that's what I'm
depends on
thinking
this
too.
game right here tonight, but we'll get into that more later on.
But yeah, I mean, and then for my NFC pick, let me look at this real quick. I was gonna say the New York Giants, um, just because their offense is really run through Saquon Barkley, and I think teams have started to pick up on their offense and what they've been doing. They've literally just been it's like hand off to Barkley or throw it to Barkley or have Daniel Jones run out of the pocket and use his legs to get the first down. It's like literally their entire offense. And I think teams are starting to pick up on that. And I just think that they're gonna have a little bit of a decline with teams starting to get their pace. So that's what my NFC pick would be as well.
Um I have I have this year pretty much where it stands, honestly. I don't think who's in there right now is going to miss it. I think Washington's going to make it. I think the Giants will make it. The Cowboys will make it. The Bucks will make it. The 49ers will make it. The only teams that I feel like will miss it for sure is the Seahawks and the Falcons. If the Bucks take that conference or if it comes down to a tie, the Bucks have that win over in the division over them. So they have that
Well,
tiebreaker. So the Seattle Seahawks, unless they start winning, they're not going anywhere. And
so this is
neither
my
is
question to you
Washington
then.
or the Giants.
This is my question to you for the Giants. This is their remaining schedule. They've got the Commanders, then they go against the Eagles. Then they got the Commanders again, the Vikings, the Colts, and the Eagles. How many of those games do you think they're going to win?
I mean, that's tough. Yeah, I agree, but
And then you got Seattle, who I
I
mean,
still think they'll persevere through that shitty schedule. Wow. I think they win against Washington.
okay,
Uh, they might lose against the Vikings. And they'll win at least one of the two games they had to versus the Eagles.
okay, yeah. I mean, if that's what you think, then yeah, it makes sense. But it's just like that. Looking at that schedule, it's just like, damn, like I don't know how you can win that with what you've
Yeah.
got. But
I don't think they win that all of them. I don't have that much faith in the Giants, but I
yeah,
do have faith that they'll keep their spot in the playoffs, even if it's like 7th seed.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
seventh seed is probably where they're going to be, and it's gonna be a battle between them,
I
the
don't see the
Seahawks and the Commanders.
Seahawks being better than the Giants, but Tyler Lockett is no joke. Neither is DK Metcalf. Can
Yeah.
they stay healthy while they make a push, or because they have a tough schedule as well, if I don't
Yeah.
recall.
Yep, they got the Rams, they got Panthers, 49ers, Chiefs, Jets, and then Rams again. So I mean, that's
So a
tough as well.
tough back half, but the
Yeah.
first half's not too bad.
But they've also
Yeah,
surprised us
if
this year, they've
they
surprised
could,
us.
yeah, but then they started to fall off a cliff.
True.
They started winning a couple. We were like, wow, Geno Smith is really playing well. And then, a couple games later, he's starting to slack. And each game, it's kind of getting worse and worse.
Yeah, that is true. But
Yeah, so I do believe the Seattle Seahawks will stay where they are in a spot, which is not bad. It's just one game away from making the playoffs. Um, I just don't think they're good enough yet. They have the talent. I
Yeah.
just don't think. I think they need to work on their uh their defense, and they need to work on their offensive line a little bit too. If they can do that, that's going to be a really solid team for the next couple years.
Yeah.
Even if you have to replace Geno Smith, if he's not making the plays that he's supposed to. But
Well,
he's
they've
not playing.
got
He's playing actually better than Russell Wilson, and that's a fresh start. To lose, your star QB and then come back and play better than you did last season is always a positive. So it was good to get that contract out of the way. Because now they got more money to sign new players too, so that's really works out for them. I see them being very competitive the next 2 years. Steve
Other thing
Carroll
too.
is great coach.
Other thing too is they have
Amazing
Denver's.
coach. Amazing.
I'm pretty sure next 3 first-round picks, and Denver was going to have the 4th overall pick this upcoming draft. So I mean, they've got a top 10 pick, plenty of first-round capital, and they're playing this well. So I mean, yeah, Seattle's probably going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I just think the Giants, as of right now, have what it takes to be a playoff team this year.
Yeah,
As
I
long
mean,
as
they've got
everyone
great
stays
coaching. That's the
healthy,
thing.
as long as everyone stays healthy, don't look at me with your smug ass face, Sammy. As long as everyone stays healthy,
I don't see it. How can you literally just sit there and be like, yeah, they'll beat the Eagles, they'll beat the Vikings, or like they'll beat like these
listen, I'm
teams
more
that
of a
they're these
I'm
last
more
couple
of a
games they
underdog guy.
have.
I don't like
they-
these fucking stacked ass teams, man.
These last couple games they have is insane. That schedule is insanely hard for them. So I just
The Eagles, right?
huh?
The Eagles?
No. The Giants. The Giants.
Yeah,
The
I
Giants
wouldn't say it's
schedule.
insanely
This back
hard,
end.
but I would say it's
they're going against the Commanders
toughest
twice,
stretch.
who right now with Heineke, they are performing actually really well around him, which is actually just incredible just to watch because I love the heart. I love that quarterback. Like I like this quarterback because he has like a lot of heart, and you can see it like, and it's just fun. It's just fun to watch, and then. Like I said, then they're going against the Eagles, right? After Commanders, they got the Eagles, and then after the Eagles, they're going back to freaking Washington to face them again. I'm telling you, I'm just saying, I don't see it.
So
and
you
then
guys
after that,
are
they
both
got the
on Giants
Vikings.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, I would say like
Over what? The Seahawks? You think the Seahawks will take that 7th seed and then Giants will be 8th?
Yep,
And Washington would be 6th?
That's what I think.
Well,
That's what
I don't know,
well,
man.
No, not Washington. I think Washington.
Well, that's
will
what would
be-
happen because Giants are 6th right now, 6th seed. So if the Giants were to lose a couple games, they would be below Washington and out of the playoffs.
I see them maybe
And
winning
the
one of the
Seahawks will be
Commanders.
number 7,
game.
and the Commanders will be number 6.
I see them winning one of the Commanders team, or one of the Commanders games, right? Just one. I don't see them beating the Eagles. I don't see them beating the Vikings.
Both games?
The Colt, but yeah, Eagles both games. No, I
Well,
just don't see.
okay,
I don't
here's
see
one
them
thing.
beating the Eagles.
they might beat them the last game if the Eagles decide to sit their starters. That's like the only way that I think they would beat them.
True. That is true.
So it could be the
That-
Giants
It
make
could
it,
be a
but
possibility.
man, I mean, I would rather take the Seahawks schedule over the Giants schedule because I mean the Rams, like if they're missing Aaron Donald,
Without
I think
Cooper
he got
Kupp.
hurt.
Without
Without
Cooper Cup.
Matthew Stafford, like,
Yeah.
and then the Panthers. I mean, it's gonna be a hard game, but yeah, I mean, Panthers are, and then Jets. I mean, the only 2 games like they're probably gonna lose is the Chiefs and the 49ers. So
So you think the Seahawks will be 7th seed and Washington will be 6th?
yeah, I think so.
And Sammy, you think the same? I think the Giants will be 7th seed and the Washington will be 6th.
Well, prove us wrong. I mean, it'd be great for them to prove us wrong. I'd love to
Yeah.
see it. I'd love
I
to
don't know.
see at least them beat the Eagles once. Now the last game, especially if they sit all the sliders, I'm not gonna count that shit. But at the same time, I mean, like I said, the Vikings, they want to win. Washington, they want to win. Even the Colts, I think the Colts, they still want to win. You know what I mean? All these
Yeah.
teams they're going to be facing, they want to win because they actually have a good chance of still making the playoffs or already in the playoffs, and they just want a better seed. So I just, like I said, I don't see the Giants getting that far, especially since I mean, and this actually goes to talk about OBJ. Where is he gonna land? Would he change anything?
Buffalo.
That's what people
Oh
are
my
saying.
God.
That's what Von Miller I think was talking about in his podcast. But at least they
Well-
were trying to get him to talk about it. But
Apparently, he's down to 2 different teams, and it's the Cowboys and the Bills.
Yep.
He's going to the Bills this Friday, so we'll have to wait and see.
I think the best place for him if he wants to win is gonna be
Imagine
the Bills.
him winning,
Is gonna
like,
be
just
the Bills.
leaving
I
and
don't.
going
I
to
don't.
the
If he
Super
goes to the
Bowl
Cowboys, it will be his
year
worst
deals.
mistake ever. He will
Yep.
pull a
Just-
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, don't go to the Cowboys.
That would be that'd be so bad.
Cowboys fans actually might want him, but
They want
dude,
him, of course they do.
I don't think that's the smart choice for him because it'll be the biggest upset ever if they lose.
Yep. And yeah, the Bills really need him.
And
honestly.
everyone will hate on him hard. Cowboys fans are tough, bro. So they'll hate
Yep.
on him hard.
Yeah, I think he would have a lot more pressure if he was with the Cowboys. Like if he's with the Bills, like we already got Diggs and Davis, so it's not like he has to be a number 1. Like he just can fill in and be that number 2. And I think we really need him anyways. So I hope he goes to the Bills, but I mean we'll have to see.
That would be a really great pickup for you guys for sure.
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
And he goes to the Bucks.
Yeah,
That would be a surprise. Holy
right.
crap.
With all, yeah, right.
Hey, come
Jeez.
on down to Tampa, OBJ. Guess
The-
what? We got Tom Brady, we got public subs, and we got hot ass weather and palm trees. Get your ass down
I
here.
thought you were gonna say
and
hot ass
enjoy the
woman.
Miami. Wait, I mean, you can say that as well.
But
Get your
But
ass down here, enjoy the weather, and fucking.
the
play
thing
some
that
football with
Tampa-
you guys.
the thing that Tampa needs right now is they need an O line. We just lost Tristan Wirfs, and that's
Yeah.
gonna be fucking huge. Like,
Dude, what are you talking about? We lost everyone last game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we lost
There
a
was
lot
like
of
5
players,
or
but
6
Tristan
star
Wirfs was
players
gonna
went
be.
down and came back.
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna
It's
be rough. But the
miserable.
other ones weren't as serious. Like Tristan Wirfs, it looked bad because he actually got carted out. So and he was
Yeah.
down for a good bit. So that just never looks good. Now he's saying that he's good, but that's what they all say, right? They all say, "Oh, we're good. We'll be ready. We'll be ready. I'll be ready." But he might not be medically cleared to play, and he might be put on IR. And I don't know what we're gonna do. Our secondary is gonna have to step up, and our secondary is, whoo,
Yeah.
Exploitable. That's what it is. Exploitable.
It's not looking so hot. It's unlike the
Yeah, for
Bills,
Bucks
who has a
fans-
decent secondary. We don't have the
Bucks
best secondary.
fans, I'm sorry. I don't know what our team's doing. What's going on with Todd
I'm
Bowles?
scared to even go to the playoffs. I'm
What's
just scared to
going
even
on
go to
with
the
their
playoffs
coaching
and watch
staff?
them just get
What's
fucking.
going on with our quarterback? What's going on with our receivers? What's going on with our secondary getting injured? Or when is Ryan Jensen coming back? How about our defensive line? I mean, like, is anybody going to be staying healthy? Are we going to be good enough to play in the playoffs? Or are we going to be fucked? We're just going to, get into the playoffs and be like, all right, we got Tom Brady. We're going to win this. And then our first game, we get fucking demolished. No, I
And
don't
you know
want
what?
that.
I just was thinking about
Right.
earlier too. Is the funny thing is if you guys are staying at the current seed, and same with the Cowboys, you guys will play the Cowboys round 1. Yet again.
Yet again.
Wait.
again, but this
Wait,
time it'll
I
be in
actually-
Tampa. It won't be
I
in
actually-
Dallas.
I actually wouldn't mind that because I feel like we would shut the Cowboys up forever.
Oh my god.
If we were to win that game,
we
we would shut them up forever. They would have
Yeah.
nothing to say to us ever because think about it. The
They would
Cowboys
have no
lost to us
excuses.
how
They would
many
have no
times in a
excuses.
row? 3, 4 times, I think.
Dude, you guys and the Cowboys are like
So-
the Bills and the Chiefs. It's like you guys play each other every fucking year in the playoffs every fucking year. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
And then, yeah,
Except we
it's-
own the Chiefs too.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah,
a
we
good
did
one to
own the
have.
Not in the
Chiefs,
not in the
God.
regular season.
Not in the
I got there.
no, the regular season. That was actually our highest score. That was the most points I think we put up all year was against the
Yeah.
Chiefs. So that's why I think, in my opinion, the Bills should beat the Chiefs. Should beat the Chiefs.
I mean,
There
we've
should
already
be-
proven that we can. So it's like,
yeah.
Do you guys know if the Vikings go against the Eagles again?
no.
No, I don't think they do. I already checked their schedule. No.
Damn, I kind
so
of
they
want
got
to see that
they
game
got
again.
they got the Titans, the Giants, Chicago Bears, Dallas, New Orleans, and New York Giants.
The
again.
Eagles?
Nope. Giants.
No.
So
What's
the
the Eagles
Giants
schedule?
twice. Oh, the Eagle. I mean, who's?
Yeah, the
That was the
schedule.
Eagles. That was the Eagles schedule.
Say it one more time.
They got the Titans. They have the Giants twice. They have Chicago Bears, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New Orleans Saints.
So what you're telling me is they just got to go against the Cowboys.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much it.
Wow.
They'll
Talk
probably
about
end the year
walk in the
with
park.
2 losses.
Talk about
honestly.
a walk in the park fucking schedule, man.
Yep.
It was rigged.
Yeah,
Y'all
so
rigged
they
the fucking
did.
schedule.
They did have a pretty easy schedule.
They had the
So,
highest graded strength of they had the easiest graded strength of schedule this year because they didn't play anybody good. Which is
Yeah, I
crazy
played the
because their
Vikings,
division's like the best. It's so weird. It's like their division's the best, but yet they had the easiest schedule. It's like what's with that? I don't know. It doesn't make
I don't
sense.
know. But my prediction, honestly, is for the 49ers to get all the way.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I don't really see another team unless our team decides to wake up. The 49ers will come out of the
Yeah.
NFC, and then dude, I can't really count on the Chiefs making it to the Super Bowl because they lost to the Joe Burrow and the Bengals last year, so I can't count on them to do
Dude.
it. But
What the fuck
they
was
have
that?
a really high chance. They have a really high chance.
I
Yeah.
was
to,
so pissed
well,
after the game they
We're
had
looking
against
at
the
a
Bills.
repeat. We're looking at a repeat from a while back, the Chiefs and the 49ers.
I was so
Yeah.
pissed watching that game because I was like, after they literally stole they stole it from the Bills. They literally stole it. The Bills
Yeah.
had that. That was their year.
Yeah.
Even this year, right? It could be their year,
it
but
seems for the last
Oh.
3 or 4 years that I've watched the Bills. It seems like it's always been you guys this year, but you guys just like literally just choke in the,
somehow.
you guys
Yeah.
choke in the like biggest moments, but like a couple times you guys had big mistakes, and that shit
Yep.
just added up to you guys losing. And if you were able
Yeah.
to like get rid of one of those mistakes, you might have had a chance.
Yeah.
I feel like the mistakes in the playoffs have really killed you guys. And
It's like
it's definitely mental because you guys are capable. You guys have the talent to do it. So it's a
Yeah.
mental thing with Josh Allen in the playoffs and your team as a whole.
to me it's coaching. Like it's always been down to like we've always had the talent, we've always had the team. It's just when it comes to big moments and decisions, it's like our coaching always makes the worst decisions, and I don't know what it is. Like our defensive coordinator is like, yeah, you know what? They have 13 seconds. We'll just let them get as many yards as they want. Like, okay. And then not kicking a squib kick with 13 seconds to chew some clock. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Well, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that they could have done in those big spots. And it just always seems like it just comes down to coaching at that point.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about
Well,
coaching,
I mean,
especially when it comes to the
I
Bucks.
don't,
Oh,
I don't know too much stuff about the coaching thing, but I think if something needs to happen with some coaching, is definitely with the
I like your
Bucks.
guys' head coach. I like your guys' head coach. He's a good head coach, I think.
He is a
But
great head coach, but he's so conservative. He is so fucking conservative. Like he doesn't take chances.
I don't
Like
know, man.
he doesn't. But no, he doesn't. Like he doesn't take a chance in a spot that could determine the game. He's always taking the safest possible
the
route.
safest route, kind of like Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
Like
Was Todd Bowles
I
your guys'
want.
defensive coordinator?
He was, yes. So
See,
it was going to be
McDermott was
between
a
him and
defensive coordinator,
Byron
too.
Leftwich to get that head coach position. And I thought it should have been Byron. But I think the only reason why he didn't end up getting it was because Tom Brady still wanted him as his offensive coordinator. He didn't
Yeah.
want to lose him as his offense coordinator. So they gave Todd Bowles the job. But now look what it's done for us. Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sometimes I just feel like some coaches just aren't meant to
Sometimes
be
I
head
just
coaches.
feel like, sometimes I feel like Bruce Arians needs to just come back, just fucking as a walk on, bro, just for the playoffs, and just come on in and just coach our squad. Because Todd Bowles is unreliable at the moment. He
Oh.
lost faith in our team. He said it in the conference. So
You know he's in the press box up top, like literally looking over everything. He's like, he's just shaking his head. He's like, "What in the fuck is going on down there?"
yeah, Bruce Arians,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And because he has no filter either. He'll just speak his fucking mind. So he's fucking cussing up a storm. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like they
Yeah.
don't ever go for anything. What are you doing, Todd?
I just feel like some coaches just aren't meant to be head coaches for some reason.
Yeah.
Like I just don't think they handle the pressure well. I think they just do better in their assigned role. If they're a defensive coordinator, to do really good in that spot.
Yeah.
Like to me, a premier head coach should be like Andy Reid. Like Andy Reid does such a good
Oh,
job.
God,
Like he's
Andy
such a good
Reid,
head
fuck.
coach. And I don't know. I just for some reason I just feel like Todd Bowles just doesn't have that.
If we had Andy Reid, I'm gonna tell you right now, our team would fucking look great. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even care. Andy Reid's one of those head coaches that is just a fucking great head coach.
Yep.
Yo, so how about this Jets and Vikings game, or the Dolphins and 49ers game,
Oh my god.
and the
I'm so
Chiefs
ready
and
for
the
that 49ers
Bengals,
game.
Chargers and Raiders?
There's so
Like,
many
it's-
good games.
There's a
coming
lot
up.
of good games coming on Sunday.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
Yeah.
what games are you guys excited about the most?
I am so excited for the 49ers Dolphins game because I cannot
agree.
wait to see the Dolphins just get destroyed by an actual team. Like for real, I'm so excited for it, and I'm so ready to talk next
Fuck
week
you,
about
Josh.
how
Agree, but-
much.
I think the Dolphins will beat the 49ers, and I need to get that win so I can get my beers.
I don't see it, Justin. I'm sorry. I
I'm
think you
not
picked the
trying to lose the
wrong
bet.
team for that. I think you picked the
Dude.
wrong team.
I can't wait for Tua to be knocked on his ass. I love the guy, but I just also hate him as well. And I can't wait for next week to talk about how the Dolphins are going downhill. They can't beat anybody, and then they're going to play us, and then we're going to beat them, and then we're going to be a number one seed. I just can't wait for it. That's why I'm so excited for it.
I'm also looking forward
Could
to the
also
Chiefs,
be
the
the
Chiefs and
opposite.
Bengals. I'm also looking forward to that. That's
Yeah,
gonna
I know.
be
It's a
really
it's a
good
repeat of
game.
last year's AFC conference. So it's
Yeah.
a
Be
repeat.
some
We'll
sweet
get to see
revenge
that.
for the Chiefs. But we'll see.
The Chiefs win that game.
Yeah, I think the
They
Chiefs
win
will
that
win.
game.
I think the Chiefs will win that game too.
I think
Yep.
the Raiders beat the Chargers.
I don't know. It just seems like the Raiders can't get out of their own way. I don't know.
They won that game last one. That gave them a lot of confidence.
Yeah. Did you see
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs? Did you see
Yeah, I
him?
know,
What
Josh
he did?
Jacobs.
Okay, then I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think he does the same thing he just did.
I
But
don't
if
think
he
so either.
does, yeah, I could see them winning. But if he doesn't, no, I don't see
The
them
Chargers have a way better defense, though, and that's why, like, even though the Chargers have had some weird moments, like they should have beat the Chiefs when they played them, but I just feel like that for them as well as just their coaching, and it's like the kind of the same thing I was talking about. It's just like they're so conservative and don't take chances and stuff. You got a guy like Justin Herbert, like come on, like let him loose
All
a
right.
little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this
he's a
is
great
my
quarterback.
this is my full predictions. Okay, I got the Patriots by 3. I got the Patriots by 3.
I can't wait till see this snap with Webby.
I got the
literally take a
Falcons.
picture like this.
I got the Falcons beating the Steelers. I got the Ravens beating the Broncos. I got the Packers beating the Bears. I got the Lions beating the Jaguars. I got the Browns beating the Texans. I got the Vikings beating the Jets. Commanders versus Giants. The Giants beating the Commanders. The Titans and the Eagles. I got the Titans because fuck the Eagles. I got the Seahawks versus the Rams. I got the Dolphins versus the 49ers. I got the Bengals versus the Chiefs because the Chiefs. And then I got the Raiders versus the Chargers. I got the Cowboys versus the Colts.
Yeah.
I would love to see
And then,
the Colts beat Cowboys.
And then on Monday, of course, I got my Bucks, even though I'm scared.
Oh my God! On
That
Prime
Cleveland
too.
game, though.
Prime
Yeah,
Monday.
That Cleveland game?
I'm scared.
Dude.
I'm scared.
Monday
That's the
Night
scariest
Football.
game.
Oh yeah.
Division
I'm kind
2.
of interested to see how that Cleveland game goes because that's the first game that Deshaun Watson will be back and he's going against his former team.
Yes. Yep. That's also really cool too.
Which is
it's
why
funny
I'm
that he
pissed
comes
off
back
why I don't have him on my
magically for
roster.
that game.
Yep.
Because Kyler Murray is magically out this week with a bye, so my ass is starting Derek Carr. Hence why I'm going for the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, I had Derek Carr and he just never did anything for me. So good luck with that.
I put him in because Kyler Murray's out, and I try to get
Deshaun Watson and
Watson. So we took him.
Yeah, and then he had the audacity to trade Justin because he knew he needed a quarterback. He traded him for Deshaun Watson and tried to pick up. Who was it, Justin? Who tried to pick up? Oh,
he tried to trade me T. Higgins.
Yeah,
he tried to take T. Higgins from me for Deshaun Watson. That's a big you, man. No, absolutely not. That is the most horrible trade.
That was a big
ever.
Like I got the show.
Jamar Chase is out for the rest of the season. What? Yeah, wide receiver number 1 for the rest of the season is T. Higgins. So
is he actually? I thought that.
I thought he came back. I thought he came back this game.
No, he's out.
Double
fact check me real quick because he was out, and it was rolled.
I thought I saw something that said he was coming back.
Indefinitely.
Maybe it's like
so unless some news came out that I'm not aware of.
Let's see. Oh, he's questionable. So
they
he's
got
not
him
out.
Questionable. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So when did that happen?
I thought I saw something recently. I saw an article or whatever that said that he was supposed to come back this week, but he was limited in practice on today.
Okay,
he
so
was limited in practice.
I still think that's a really bad trade. I'm getting back to it. That's still a really bad trade for me to take Deshaun Watson for T. Higgins. I don't think that's because T. Higgins now proved himself as wide receiver number 1, and I think T. Higgins is a boss. He's gonna make some great plays and get some touchdowns. So Deshaun Watson, he haven't played in 2 years, so
yeah, I actually have him starting on my roster, and I'm just interested to see what he does. But I also had Derek Carr, and I think I had Dak Prescott, but he just hasn't done anything either. So I was just like, whatever, I'll take a chance on Deshaun, see what he does.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap things up, guys. I know we want to keep talking, but I don't want to get over an hour. So, thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you guys stay tuned. We'll be bringing you guys the next podcast next week, and hopefully with a new YouTube channel and Twitter and all of this other stuff. But until next time, guys, you guys can catch the video on Sammy_NCR. You've been with Webby and Justin. So we'll see you guys next week. Until next time, guys, we're out.
Deuces.